Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and staying home to keep yourself safe from COVID-19. Students, the chapter Natural Vegetation and Wildlife. Actually, the chapter is Natural Resources, Natural Vegetation and Wildlife, and in this chapter we discussed in the previous module about the natural vegetation, that are the types of vegetation found. Here in this module, we'll discuss about the importance of natural vegetation and wildlife. So let us begin, students. Advantages of forest. Forests are breathing lungs of civilization and therefore are very important for survival of life on earth. As we know, students, these forests are providing oxygen to earth and takes carbon dioxide, means they create balance between carbon dioxide and oxygen in the atmosphere. Forest helps us to breathe by converting carbon dioxide into oxygen, and they provide safe habitat for wild animals. You know, students, the wild animals doesn't have do not have houses just like us, and these forest areas are only habitat, house for them, the place for living for them. So that way forests provide habitat, shelter to the wild animals. Many people depend on forests for their livelihood. The people living nearby the forest areas, they get firewood from the forest, they collect the branches from the forest, branches of the trees, the leaves of the trees, and they use it for their different economic purposes and household purposes, and that way they are dependent on forests for their livelihood. Trees also help in keeping earth cool, as the forest areas add moisture to the atmosphere and creates hurdle on the way of winds, and that way when monsoon winds comes, that large forest cover helps in causing rainfall in the areas of forest. Roots of the trees bind soil particles, help to raise groundwater level and prevent flood. So these three benefits to the soil particle, that soil particles are bind by the roots of the tree as they hold the soil tightly, they reduce erosion, and they raise the groundwater level. How? As the roots are there holding soil tightly, and these trees are usually reduce the surface runoff. Surface runoff, student, means the running water on the surface, and when rainfall occur, you know, the water follows the slope of the land, and if the forest areas are there, more and more trees are there, that water will fall on trees, branches of trees, and the water will fall on ground slowly, and that way it will get more time to stay over land part over the soil, and seepage of water will be more, and that way it will help to recharge the underground water and prevent flood also, as they reduce soil erosion. And generally flood comes due to deposition of sediments in the river beds, and if soil erosion will be reduced, then deposition of these soil particles will not be there in river beds, and the river will be having enough space to carry water during the rainy season, and that way it will reduce flood. Preventing flood doesn't mean that the on the way the trees, the forest area will come and it will check the water, and water will not pass through the forest. Of course, the water will pass through the forest, but by reducing soil erosion, these forests helps in preventing flood. Deforestation in rampant manner has depleted this important resource and led to loss of habitat for wildlife. Of course, as we know, students, these forest areas are habitat for wildlife, and our indiscriminate use, rampant means very fast cutting of trees for different economic purposes, reduced the number of forest areas, and that way it causes loss of habitat of the wildlife. Ecological imbalance and soil erosion also caused due to this depletion of forest areas. It is a matter of grave concern, therefore government has taken several stringent measures to protect our forest cover, as it is a very important issue, and that is why government has also taken proper measures. And some of these measures that have government taken: afforestation or large scale plantation of trees. Afforestation is done by the people, as here in this picture you can see the students or children are planting trees as a plantation day. On the plantation day, similarly all over the country the government has motivated the people, encouraged the people, made policy for plantation, and plantation day are celebrated in our country. Each one plant one policy is followed by our country's government, and this way government is following this policy that each and every individual wherever possible should plant a tree, plant a sapling. Efficient utilization of forest produce products and uses of substitute of the wood. If we are cutting the trees, we should try to maximize the use of that wood material comes from the forest area. For example, students, you are using the paper comes from the wood pulp, so you should be maximize the use of the paper instead of throwing paper without used or unused. Not a single piece blank should be thrown by you people, and in this way you can contribute to reducing deforestation. And uses of substitute of the wood, for example here in this picture, nowadays people are taking care of this issue and substituting the wood material by these plastic material and using it as a door and other furniture materials. Enforcement of a number of laws, guidelines to protect forest and prohibit deforestation. Government has announced and declared the different areas, the forest cover areas, the protected forest, national park, wildlife sanctuaries, all these made by the government to protect the forest areas. And discouraging shifting cultivation. Shifting cultivation, you know students, still you may have not studied about shifting cultivation. This you will study in the chapter agriculture. Actually, in shifting cultivation, what happens, the tribal people clear a patch of land like this by cutting the trees, and they burn the remainings, and afterward they plow this field, and they use this land part for cultivation for a few years, and after certain years when they experience that now the production is reducing, decreasing, now they feel that fertility of the soil has got over, and now they need to shift to another patch of land like this, and this way they shift from one land to another land, one patch of land to another patch of land, and this way they cause deforestation. And that way government is discouraging to the tribal people practicing this kind of shifting cultivation. Now wildlife. Wildlife include non-domesticated animals such as birds, fishes, animals which make forest their natural habitat. And this is the most important part of the natural ecosystem, that plants and animals are interdependent. Wildlife varies from place to place due to climatic variation. Of course, as the climatic variation is there, the type of vegetation will also change, and the animals depend on these plants and trees also will change, and they will adopt that areas, and they will try to live in that area where they get the proper environment for their survival, for eating, for their shelter. For example, in India, there is a rich variety of birds and animals. As you know, students, India is having a very diverse climatic condition. Almost all the variety of climatic condition which are found all over the world, that all we have in our country. So this way there is a variety of birds and animals found in our country. The black buck, here figure is there, a black buck, peacock, lion, Bengal tiger, found in India, these all from our country. Australia is famous for koala bear, emu, and kookaburra. Wildlife is very essential to maintain the ecological balance on the Earth's surface, as wildlife depends on trees, the forest cover. Similarly, the forests are also protected because of these animals which depend on these forests. And if the animals will decrease, the human encroachment of course will increase in the forest areas, and you know the most destructive species on this earth is human being only. So this way we need to create this ecological balance, and we need to protect both wildlife also and the natural vegetation also. Now, importance of wildlife. Wildlife is important for its aesthetic values and ecological balance, and the beauty of wild animals boost tourism and creates job for the people who are dependent on these type of activity. Here uh, T is left, so students make it correct. This here the word is there. Now animals behavior change at the time of natural disaster like tsunami and earthquake. As we have studied, not studied, then heard, overcome to hear, over here we from others, that animals have sixth sense, that before coming of such kind of disaster, tsunami and earthquake, animal get the idea about this, the early warning they get about this. And if this information can be harnessed for imparting early warning system, then life of lots of people can be saved. So this way animals can help human being also by this early warning system. Dead and decaying plants and animals also produce humus. which is used helpful to maintain the fertility of soil. Humus is produced from dead and decomposed part of plants and animal both. So this after that, these wildlife also helps to produce humus, which is in enhancing the fertility of the soil. In various parts of the world, wild animals are hunted for various purposes like meat, skin, and horns, and this disturb the ecological balance of the environment. And this is a very serious issue, and this should be stopped, reduced, and of course stopped. Many birds have become extinct, many others are on the verge of extinction because of this deforestation, the hunting and poaching activity. Many of the birds have extinct and many are at the verge of extinction, means they are supposed to be extinct in near future if the similar condition continues. Our forests are treasure to troves biodiversity. Treasure troves means a collection of valuable things. So that way, for this diversity of species of plants and animal, these forests are the most important treasure. They harbor millions of here word of left species of animals. Our wildlife suffers severely due to the deforestation and urbanization. If this deforestation and urbanization continues, of course, we'll not be able to save this wildlife. And to maintain ecological balance, we have to do this. Many animals have become extinct and because they have lost their natural habitat. Students, when the natural habitat is not available to the wild animals, of course, they will not be able to survive because they cannot live in cities. They cannot live in houses. They need to have that forest areas. Hence, there is a great need for the conservation of wildlife, and several steps are being taken by Government of India to conserve the wildlife. Some of these are hunting and poaching of wild animals. Birds have been banned by passing the different act like Wildlife Protection Act, Project Tiger. So these are different act has been passed by government to protect the wildlife. Killing of wildlife is a punishable offense. It is now illegal in our country. National parks and wildlife sanctuaries are being set up in different parts of the world. Each and every country tries to maintain that 33% of forest area. And to maintain ecological balance, wildlife is also important, and that is why national parks and wildlife sanctuaries are established, made by the different countries in the world. At present, India has 103 national parks and 528 wildlife sanctuaries. So this way, these are the information about these wildlife and forest. So this was all about for today's discussion, students. We'll meet in the next module with some more topics. Till then, bye all of you. Enjoy your day. Thank you. Have a nice day.